Welcome everyone to the Lake Lewis Jr. Show. Appreciate you joining us. It's Fan Day. We bring in the best supporters of the Burgundy and Gold, and this has become a thing, a weekly occurrence. And what's become a weekly occurrence, unfortunately, for the Washington Commanders is losing. And I think everyone's a little tired of that. So today, we're going to break down, where you think this team is right now, and also ask the question that a lot of people have been, asking myself, folks in the media, and it's, is the season over? And I keep saying absolutely not. They're 3-5, not where they want to be. But I think that these next two games are going to determine their season, for quite frankly. You have two conference games against two obviously playoff caliber football teams in Seattle, which is tomorrow night, and then next Sunday night against the Detroit Lions. So we'll get everyone's take on that. And then I'll obviously ask you my hypothetical being around these uniforms that they're going to be wearing tomorrow night. So let's get right into it. We'll start with Big Bud. What's going on, my friend? How you doing, man?
I'm good, sir. How you doing today?
I'm hanging in there. Can't complain.
Good, good, good. Congratulations, sir.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So what do you guys think? As far as this team right now, do you think the season's over, or do you feel like, they still have life left in them?
They still got life. I totally agree with you. These next two games are critical. Being in the NFC, we need to get at least one of these. I would like to get them both if we can. But not panic time yet. Not yet. Not we can still drink beer. We don't need to go to liquor yet.
I like that. I like that. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Ellison, what's going on, my friend?
What's good, man? How you feeling?
I'm
Good to
hanging
see
in.
everybody.
Yes, sir.
The season's not over, but um, if things don't go well tomorrow, I would consider making some moves at the deadline to get some assets back. That's where I am.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
Build up that draft capital, but we got to get maybe two other next three. It's gonna be tough, possible, but it's gonna be tough. But it's not over. But it's you're on that line.
Hey, I know a lot of people are already walking the plank, but they haven't jumped yet. So
Yeah, yeah.
maybe there's a way you can do
Right.
it about face. You do it about face on that plank just by winning these next two games. They win these next two games. I mean, gentlemen, think about it like this. If they win these next two games, they'd be back at 500. And obviously everything would be feeling really good because you just beat two playoff caliber quality teams. And I think it would be almost like an actual reset. I mean, you would be back to literally, you know, 0-0,
Zero on
starting the
zero. Yeah.
season almost.
That's
So
right.
it's almost like you would be starting a brand new season fresh. So obviously, yes, it's going to be tough to get to those, get those two wins, but they're home, and that's the beauty of it. They're a much different team at home. I know the last outing at home was one of those games against Chicago that we all know was going to come back and haunt them eventually.
Yeah.
So maybe you can right that ship by winning these next two games. So we'll continue to break this down. So Kevin, what's going on?
How's it going, Nate?
I'm hanging in there. How about yourself?
Good, good, man. I'm not at the panic button yet either. At this point right now, and the way I look at it is these two games are critical. But to me, the way I look at it at the same time, it actually it gives the defense, when I say defense, because of the new system, I guess now that Dan Quinn put in place, which is a different system that Witt was using, that seemed to actually work against the Kansas City Chiefs because they really did a nice job in the first half. Um, I'm expecting better things this week, only due to the fact that now um, these these guys, meaning Owens and McGee, now are more or less going to get more minutes now. So the way I look at it now is hopefully our defense hold up, and hopefully our offense can move the ball this week as opposed to last week. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm not throwing in the panic button yet.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And when you think of Tyler Owens, there were a couple busted plays, just maybe him not understanding the assignment at that specific time. But the thing that flashes when you see him is the athleticism and speed. and that's a big safety coming at you. So when you have a guy like him on the field, and you have Jordan McGee on the field, I'm in line with the fact that when you have that kind of speed, sometimes that makes up for not knowing where you're supposed to be, because you have veterans that know where they're supposed to be, but maybe they've lost a step. So it's mold all these guys together. Put them all out there. I've said this and I've said it, all year. They don't need to be out there. Some of these young guys who may not know the playbook, exclusively, they don't need to be out there for 30 to 40 reps. But the 10 reps that they could be out there could be real meaningful reps where you're utilizing something that you're not getting otherwise. So let's keep it going with Josh. What's going on, Josh? Oh, you're muted, Josh.
I did mute it. Sorry about
There
that.
you go.
How's
There you
everybody
go.
doing?
I appreciate it. What's going on?
I'll keep it
What's
short and
going on?
sweet. I'm a little bit Brad Jones this week. I'm a little bit little negative, but I stay positive. I will stay positive. Two things. Joe Whiff needs to keep the scheme like he did the first half and make his adjustments at the halftime. End of story. The defense is, I mean, keep that momentum going from that first half. Let's go.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on the play calling with Cliff. I don't know why. If we're supposed to be a running team, let's run the ball. We don't need to get so doggone cute. I'm tired of these cute. Why are we running Marcus Mariota 8 times in the game?
Yeah.
One or two times, let's go. But I just don't get it. But let's run the ball, open up the play action for Jaden, and let Jaden be Jaden. Simple.
Okay. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Yeah, Marcus Mariota, 9 rushes against Kansas City, and Ja'Cory or Bill, had 8. That's listen, I understand that, when you look at this team, they're one of the top rushing teams in the league, but that's because of Jaden. That's because of the yards that he's getting as a quarterback.
That's right.
My issue with Cliff, and we'll continue this, but my issue with Cliff is I want to start seeing some plays under center. I mean, you're getting Jaden killed back there, always
Seriously.
having him in the shotgun.
Yep.
And I understand that's your offense that
Yep.
they were getting in when they hired you, but you have to adapt too. You can't just say this is what I do and that's it. I mean, because other teams have started to figure this out, and we all know that that was the knock on Cliff over the years was teams ultimately figure out what you're doing. And to your point, Josh, yeah, everything was clicking in the first half. Even offensively, they crossed midfield 3 consecutive drives. They didn't get any points. But the second half, we're talking about a Hall of Fame coaching staff with Andy Reid and Spags and a Hall of Fame quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. And guess what they did? They made the adjustments they needed to make. And I didn't see it on the other side at all. So, yeah.
Different team
Yep.
after that.
Yeah.
Different
Good
team.
stuff.
Never make the
And
adjustment.
Detroit is coming for us. They are coming for
Well,
us.
Seattle coming for them too.
Yeah.
So
got
they
two
don't
Super
have
Bowls.
there's no more easy outs here. You got to get it done. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right, let's go with Gerard. What's going on, Gerard?
How y'all doing? I'm doing
Good,
well,
man.
doing well considering. For me, I'm gonna try to keep it short and simple, because I've been saying a lot of stuff all year about the defense, the offense, the coaching staff.
Hmm.
Right now, I'm more concerned about the offense than I am the defense. Like you said, the
Wow.
offense moved the
Okay.
ball, but if we're not scoring points, what's the
Right.
purpose? Our defense give us stops. At the Chicago Bears game, we got stops. The offense is really what's hurting us overall, in my opinion. We're just not putting up points. Kansas City showed you their defense wasn't doing anything. Their defense got going once their offense gave them some points. When
Hmm.
you give them points, the defense feed off it. So I'm not giving Joe Witt or our defense a pass, but to me, the offense needs to be the front runner. You got to carry this team. So we got JD5 back, get a W. Where I'm at, all I'm about W. I'm tired of lip service across the board. W's. W's.
I
That's
like
me.
it. I like
But and I'm gonna say this, I said this last week.
it.
We needed one out of the next 3. I was counting on this game with Seattle. This is a game, it's a must win. It's desperation, in my opinion. W. That's it.
Yeah, I don't even, your opinion is valid. I think all of us agree this is a must-win football
Yeah,
game.
must
I,
win.
I mean, if you were to lose this game, and let's just say follow it up with a win against Detroit, all it does is prolong the conversation for another week,
That's it.
realistically.
Yep.
Then you go to
Yep.
Madrid, and if you can get a win against them, against the Dolphins, you may feel like you have life. But if you go and you lose this game to Seattle, I'm telling you, I mean, it puts you at 3-6. It puts you at what,
That's right.
1-6 in conference. That's not good. So yeah, I agree, Gerard. I
Mm-mm.
think we all agree that this is a must win. Forget must win game. This is must win games,
Yes,
plural.
going forward,
Yes.
Forward.
you
They got to
know.
get a bunch of them. They got to string them together. We've seen that you can string losses together.
Mhm.
Now we need to see you can string some wins together because every time, early it was like they would win, they'd lose, they'd win, they'd lose. Now it's they're losing, they're losing, they're losing. So
Mhm.
they
That's
got to
right.
string the wins
That's right.
together. All right. So Mike B, what's going on, Mike?
What's happening, brother? Good to see everyone, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm full panic, but with that being said, no, the season's not over, but I know we got to do a complete 180, man. And like Brother Gerard said, I'm paraphrasing what I heard the brother say, this is an offensively led team.
Hmm.
That's what we were last year, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
When you go on fourth and you continue drives and give your defense, who is maybe older than the defense last year by a year or two, them brothers need rest, man. And when I heard that announcer say last week that this is the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career that he starts drives with back-to-back interceptions,
You
and guess
think that's a good
how
sign,
many
right?
points we get?
Right.
Zero.
And think about it. The two most maligned
Zero.
guys on defense, at least for I think unfairly criticized. I'm gonna keep saying this. I think Bobby is unfairly criticized. I just
Sure.
think
I agree.
Yeah.
when he's tasked to do it, he does as a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. He does it at this high level. When you're
Hmm.
asking him to do other things that maybe he shouldn't be asked to do, yeah, you're going to see some holes there, especially at that age.
Hmm.
But I think he's been unfairly criticized. So to go back to your point, Mike, to see Marshawn and Bobby make plays.
Seriously.
You think, and I'm sitting up there in the press box, I told you that's the highest press box I've ever been in my life. I literally was visiting my parents in heaven up in that press box. But yeah, I'm thinking, okay, you got
Mm.
these two guys that got you going and you're hyped up. And what's up, Brad? What's going on? Brad Jones.
Family,
That's
what's up,
right,
family?
man.
I
All
just want to
right.
Sure.
tap in
Hey,
real
man.
Yeah,
quick.
of
I want to
course.
tap in real quick, man. My flight is about to leave. I just wanted to come show love to the fam. I'll be in y'all city, man,
I'm
in a
gonna see
minute.
you tomorrow. I'm gonna see you
Yes, so, man.
tomorrow. Looking
Mike B,
forward
man.
to it.
Love,
Looking
bro.
forward
Love,
to it.
love, man. Love, man.
All
Let's
right,
get this
Brad.
dub, man.
Well,
Yes, sir.
let's get
All right.
Brad's take real quick since he has to bounce off. It's basically we're talking about this game against Seattle. How do you feel? Do you feel like this is a must win? Do you feel like the season's over, or do you feel like this team still has life?
I do feel like it's a must win because I think this is the pendulum of which way we're gonna go, right? I don't think we can afford to have six losses.
Hmm.
And I think we got to get it. It's going to be a tough one because
Hmm.
Seattle's defense is
Yes.
pretty tough. I'm not really worried about their offense that much because I think Sam Darnold is who he is. Um, but that defense is going to be tough in the games after that. So I think if we can get some kind of momentum, like we
Hmm.
had in the first half against Kansas City,
Mhm.
Just talking about it.
man, I just don't
Yep.
know what happened. I don't know what happened in the
Well,
second half,
it's
man.
called being outcoached.
Adjustment.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
I mean,
Adjustments.
I'm just calling it like it is, like
Adjustments.
there were
Yeah.
Yep.
adjustments made by the other team, but this one didn't make any. And at the end of the day, I'm at that point now where I'm just media. No longer am I giving passes and no man, I'm calling it like I see it. And in here before you came on, Brad, people were saying that it's the offense they're more worried about right now, because they're not producing. I'll say
Mhm.
this. I think the issue with this team right now, the biggest issue, period, outside of the injuries, of course, is that they don't play complementary football.
Mhm.
Right.
You finally get your
Right.
units to
Oh,
show up against Kansas City, and your
okay.
offense doesn't. Then this week, you hope the offense shows up, but you hope defense matches that. Special teams has played pretty well all season. I mean, Luke McCaffrey's
Yep.
emerging as a return guy, outside of offensively, but they just don't seem like on any Sunday that all three of these things are clicking at the same time. It's been like that all year. And go
Mhm.
back to last year, how they just fed off of each other. You get a
Mhm.
turnover, they score.
Sure did.
Or they go down
Yep.
the field, the defense follows up with a stop. I
Mhm.
just don't see any
Right.
stuff this year
Haven't had any
from.
of that. We haven't had any of it.
And they
Yep.
were more aggressive last year too, especially off.
Way more aggressive.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Fellas, can I say something real quick?
Yeah. Go on, chime
The
in.
reason why you guys hear me say it's the offense more so than the defense, if you guys look at our last 4 games, right? The defense has made stops. I'm talking about even in the first half. We
Yeah.
always start off slow, 13 to zip, 16
Hmm.
to zip,
Hmm.
and we always had to come back late in the quarter, right? Or we get a touchdown late in the second quarter, right?
Hmm.
Mhm.
Or our offense turn the ball over in the red zone, or we get their offense a short field. Our defense would stop them and hold them to 3 points.
Yeah.
That's why it was
Sure
never
would.
21 to zip or 28 to zip. It was like 13 to zip, 16 to zip and stuff. And then our offense
Right.
would make a drive late in that second quarter, and we might score a touchdown, get it close. Then the defense would just let up a big play, a big run. That's what the defense did wrong. But what I'm saying is the offense just produced some points. Last year we
Yep.
went for it on fourth down because our offense was producing points and we was in 4th and 1, 4th and 2, so we can keep it going, keep it going. This year the offense just so
Three
out
and
of
out.
sync, and then the defense just can't hold it
But
forever. If they
Gerard,
get
Yeah.
do
two or
you
three
think?
stops.
But do
But
you think?
yeah, go
Well,
go ahead, Brad. Go ahead.
but I understand the offense hasn't, and obviously against Kansas City we had opportunities, but throughout the season, our whole complement of players are just not there, right? Like Cliff can't really open
Yes.
his playbook because all his ingredients to do his thing is not there,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
Now,
Right.
I
Yeah,
agree
now
with
but
that.
he has come up short on some things. It was a fourth down. They went for it against Kansas City and a couple other times, and some of those plays are just like, dude,
yeah,
what are
like
you
what
doing?
was that play call, man?
Yep.
That
That
wasn't
play
going to
call was
get you the
terrible.
yardage
Right.
you
That's
need.
Cliff.
Right,
That's right.
right.
That's right.
But I say this. You go back to the Chicago game. When I talk about
It
that
was
lack of
there.
complementary football, it- you know, Washington scores and they go for two. They get that, and you listen. Y'all know my neighbor Brad. Was just talking with him last night about that. He said he left. He left that game.
Damn.
When Washington went up 8, he left, and I'm telling you, a whole lot of Bears fans did not witness them win that game in that building because they had left. They thought the game was over like
Exactly.
everybody else did. But what
Right.
happens? The ensuing drive, defense gives up a 55-yard touchdown. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like they can't help themselves. Go back to Dallas. Same scenario. They score before the half and before halftime, and you're thinking they're good. They played like crap this whole first half, and yet they're 5 points down. What
Mhm.
happens? Next play, George Pickens down the sidelines. Big play. It's like they just can't help each other out, and they're leaving each other on an island when
They
both of them
do.
are struggling. It's going to
Mhm.
stand out. It's going to compound itself.
Yep.
So.
Mhm.
You
Sean,
know what?
I
Yep.
know we hadn't gotten to Sean though, so
Yeah,
Sean,
it's
what's
all
your
good.
take?
Happy fan day, everybody.
What's up?
Uh,
Everything.
good to see all y'all. Okay, basically, panic button, of course, is there. It's really close. However, I'm like game by game. We just have to do one game at a time, and I like the effort in the first half. And hopefully we can continue that defense moving down the road. But it's tough, and Seattle is solid all the way around. We always seem to catch teams coming off of a
Bye
bye,
week.
so they have
Yes.
2 weeks,
It's
2 weeks to work
crazy.
on us,
Yeah,
and then also a key players, either a bye week or a key players returning. One of their top,
Witherspoon.
one of their weapons. Yeah, yeah. So I like the fact that we utilize our tight ends in this last game because Ertz is looking like an old man out there. He's laboring every
Thank you.
play. It's like I can barely get up. I saw him reach for a Kansas City player to help him up. I'm like, goodness. So
And Ben Simmons showed some speed on that
Yes.
he
Kansas
did.
game.
He looked good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Absolutely,
give him an
absolutely.
opportunity. That's
Yes,
the
he
difference in
did.
our offense. Of course, we don't have
Yeah, he
cohesion, but
did.
on defense, a lot of players are getting to play because of all of the injuries. So we have to get that going with offense to where people are stepping up and sliding in where they need to. I notice our defense obviously is going to get fatigued towards the end of the game. So we we can hope, but we can't plan on them being fresh all through the game. I mean, they're big guys, and so that's tough. Trade deadline is coming up, and I'm hearing some Marshawn rumors, Lattimore. So I wonder if that's going to happen. That should be interesting to see. And then if he does leave and we get a draft pick, who's going to step up?
Yeah.
I see you shaking your head. Like,
So my thing with this is that the teams that need that secondary help or that corner help, ironically, are in the NFC. And under no circumstances am I trading a player in the conference that I still feel like I have hope in. Now if you go out and you lose to Seattle,
Yeah,
yeah, then you see what you can get, for anybody, except for
exactly.
number five,
Right.
you
Right.
you see what the conversation. It doesn't hurt to pick the phone up to hear what the offer is, but at this point, then that's what our next question is. Since everybody's asked, that was my next question. Are you buyers or are you sellers if you lose this game against Seattle? Because meaning, hey, Miss Sheila.
Hey, Sheila.
Hello,
So
hello.
yeah, so the question is, would you be a buyer or a seller? Buyer meaning you feel like you can get a piece to help you make a run here. Okay. Is that wishful thinking? Or are you saying, you know what? We got to start looking ahead. We got to start accruing some draft capital because we don't have a whole lot of picks, and you start placing and planning for next season. So, let's start with Miss Sheila here, and then we'll get to Brad because I know he's got to bounce, and then we'll go the other order. So, Miss
I,
Sheila, you're on mute. You're on
I
mute.
can answer. I can answer the last question for Miss Sheila. She's optimistic. She feels good. She's not worrying about it. She'll be fine.
So, Miss Sheila, you're on mute. Let me I can unmute you, I think. Let's see.
There you go.
There we
Okay.
go. Yes. So what
What
you
was the
think?
question?
Would you be if they were to lose this next game against Seattle, would you be a buyer or seller as far as the trade deadline? Buyer meaning you still would try to trade for somebody that can help your cause this year, or you would listen to teams asking about your current players that you may trade to get some draft capital for next year.
He already answered. I'm a buy.
See, that's it. You already know.
I'm a
Optimist all the
buyer.
time.
I'm like, keep going, keep trying, don't give up. Just play to the end.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
mean,
That's
I know,
fair.
Yeah.
I know who we got next after them, so they got a rough go at it. But I don't know. We got our main man back, so let's see how it works out. I'm just gonna stick with him.
Okay, that's
I,
fair. That's
I could
fair.
represent her. See, all
You
you want is consistency. You know what you're gonna get. You
I
know
know.
what
Thank
you're
you.
gonna
I
get.
mean, it was very hard to watch the other night, but I'm just like, no, nope, I'm not giving up. I'm not. I probably won't ever give up. So
No,
y'all
know,
go
you know,
for
never.
it.
you know what Monday night was? Monday night was a microcosm of this team, and
Yep.
I mean the game in
Yep.
itself. You see what they can do. Like that
Yes.
first half,
Yep.
that's the
Yep.
team I
I was
think
excited.
all of us expected to see all
Yes.
year. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
It was always a daunting task when the schedule came out. Even myself, I'm like, okay, this is the game that I have them losing, and I
Yes.
said that, not
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
shot, but I'm just like, okay, this is the one you're going up against these guys, Kansas City, Mahomes, Reed. Okay, if they're going to lose one, this might be the one they're going to lose. So I'll mark that down. But that first half literally made me say, okay, it we get this kind of energy from this team and this kind of performance, they'll be okay the rest of the year. That's what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
they come out and
Oh,
follow
and then
it
they
up with the second half, and it's like just when the hairs were standing up on your arm, like nah, it's not there.
I do have to confess though,
They did it
when
without Bogdan.
Jalen fumbled that ball, well, he didn't fumble it. He let it go out, like on the 2-yard line or
Yep.
something. He's ready to punt, and he kind of like couldn't catch the ball. The receiver,
Yeah, yeah,
Lane, talking about
yeah,
Lane.
yeah, yeah.
Lane, yeah, Jay,
Uh-huh.
isn't it Jalen Lane or
Yes,
something?
Jalen.
Jalen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And my grandson looks at the TV. He's downstairs. I'm upstairs. I'll go down. I aggravate him, right? So I was just like, let me go back upstairs because he's really into it. He's young. He doesn't know what winning looks like. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, so so I have to kind of like be easy on him. So I come down. I was like, I'm come down here one more time, and then because every time he shouted, he was shout. My TV upstairs was on delay. And so he was shouting about stuff that had not even happened on my TV yet upstairs.
You didn't want to forewarn him. Wait till you see what's getting ready to happen.
Too late.
Like, well, what's taking so long? What did Marcus do? Hurry up. I'm like, dang, this TV is really old. And so I went down there and I told him that. I said, so I need you to keep yelling so I can know what's happening because my TV is on delay. And then after a while, it got really delayed because he wasn't yelling no more.
Just like, here we go.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I can't hear Kendall, but I said I told him I wasn't gonna bother him. So I just like, oh my God. And then I had to take a break. I took a break. I'm gonna be honest. I took a break and just like go on my little prayer time. And then I was like, let me turn this back on. And then I saw that score. I was like,
it's lucky y'all can take breaks because I'm there and I'm just like,
I took a break.
I literally I was there and it was just like you start forming your questions like, okay, what am I going to ask in presser? Like, what am I going to talk to guys about? Because you're not going to get much after losses.
I know.
Right.
And so for me, it just came back down to the coordinators. That's where I am with this right now. It's the coordinator.
Oh yeah.
It's what are we doing to help these guys on the field? What are they doing to make it better? When are we going to get a quarterback under center? When are we going to not make a this much distance to get a first down out to be such a science project? Just line your quarterback up. Marcus is a big dude, by the way, legit 6'4",
It looks big.
legit.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me you can't line him up under center?
Right.
You don't even have to do no tush push. Just go to the left or go to the right of your center. And
That's right.
guess what? If it's 3rd and 1 and you don't get it, guess what you do on 4th down? You do it again. You get the
You
4th
do it
down.
again.
But let's not get cute here. Let's not have a 4th down and you call them bubble screens. Like, come on, man.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
Right.
So anyway, let's go to
good.
Brad because I know Brad's pressed for time here. What you think, buyer or seller if they were to lose this game?
So I'll go back for a moment when you said the complimentary football. We had 2 turnovers in the first half against that team and that field position, and we got nothing out of it. It was just our
That's my point.
That's
my
heartbreaker.
point.
Yep.
And then as far as like taking a break, even when I told the fam, I'm like, I'm going to bed, y'all. Our group text was just bing, 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 bing. I didn't want to mute it, but I'm just like, man. But to the question, I'm a seller because I don't think we are 1 player or 2 players away from being a championship. And we've already given up so many draft picks. So I'm going to sell whoever they want. Anybody but 5 is on the market to me. Even Terry, if you want them, take them. We got to get our picks. And it's all about the future. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and I'm going to hit y'all with this before I go. Keep the jacket, y'all. The old school jacket I'm wearing to the game, man. So,
All right.
Mike B, is love, man. I hope you have a
Enjoy.
safe flight. I'll see y'all in a bit,
Represent.
man.
Be safe.
Be
Enjoy.
safe.
Yeah.
Safe
All right.
travels.
All right, Brad.
Be cool, man. All right, bro.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the consensus. Kevin, what you think? You buyer or seller?
I'm a seller too, Lake, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I'm gonna back up Brad by saying, 1 player is not going to make or break what's the difference in terms of what's happening with the team right now.
Yeah.
I'm a seller in the fact that we want to establish draft picks, and if we was buyers, our buying would be older players anyway. So we don't need any more older players on our team. So I would rather be a seller as opposed to a buyer to try to accumulate as many draft picks as you possibly can. And I'm like you guys as well. Anybody with JD5.
Okay, that's fair.
And I have one question though. What about Burks? Lake, is Burks playing this weekend? This Saturday, this Sunday night or not?
I think you'll probably see him this Sunday because Terry's out, and they're going to have to bring up And so, when people are like, "Oh, how could they release Robbie Chosen?" And I'm like, "They listen. That wasn't the way it looked like because." Six seats down or 7 seats down from me in the press box in Kansas City was
He
Robbie
was there.
Chosen.
Yes.
They had to do that because of
Kicker.
obviously because of Matt Gay and the kicker. They signed. So they had to make room for that. But yeah, I think Burks probably does hit the field. I'm not sure what you're going to get from him because I think if Debo, obviously is healthy, he's going to be your number one target. Luke will be your number two. Jalen Lane will be your number three. And now that has worked for them. It worked for them pretty much most of the year in that order. So it remains to be seen as far as Burks. I know a lot of people are asking about him, and he does have the size and things like that, but there's a reason why they could get him too. Not to be disrespectful, but people expecting this guy to come in and be, that first round draft pick that he was, I don't think you're going to see that right away, if at all. So that's just being honest. Okay. All right. So Shawno, what you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and let Mike get in here because I know he's pressed for time.
Okay.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
And so I'm clear. Is the question if we lose?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would love to be a contrarian, but I gotta go with the crowd.
You're telling.
If we lose, I'm not saying it's a lost season because I'm old enough to remember coming back from 3-6. But no, there's no reason to be buyers at this point. I mean, we have a few players who may be pieces, and I mean. It may not, except for the Eagles or maybe the Cowboys. I just can't give to help, man. But I mean, if it's the Giants or whoever, I may be willing to, if you're gonna help us out with picks, because at that point we need draft capital, to be honest, to package and get something else, or just to get more players in April. So.
So man, I was about to say you kind of took the words out of my mouth with April. I was just about to say
Oh, yes, here.
the beauty of it is in 5 months we're going through a whole draft process.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 5 months
Mhm.
comes fairly quickly,
Yeah.
so that's what people are starting to look forward to is like how they're going to continue to build this because I think we all understand. Let's be honest. Last year was a magical season. Everything went right for them. They didn't get the injury bug. You're
Mhm.
getting Hail Mary touchdowns to win games.
Mhm.
Um, what last year did, and I said this towards the end of the year, it made even myself, because I predicted this team to be a Super Bowl contender this year. I truly believe they were. But what it did was it sped up this rebuild process. It literally sped it up 2 years. Because normally, you look at year three as when things are really starting to develop and click. That's what you saw in Detroit after all those one win seasons and things like that. So next year is going to be year three for this regime. And that's, I think, when the fan base is really going to say, okay, who are we? Are we the team that did it the first year, or are we the team that we saw the second year that didn't do it? So where are we? So I think next year is going to be when the honeymoon period is over. It's going to be you got to produce and you got to produce at a high level, or you're going to fall behind in your division. Let alone in the conference. So all right, so let's keep it rolling. Let's go with so Shawno, you deferred to Mike, so we'll get you.
Yes. All right, appreciate that. Definitely sellers. We can't be buyers because we're hosting a draft in a couple of years. We may not have any draft picks, so that's not going to
Yeah.
be a good thing.
For sure.
Uh, and then just quick shout out to Terry. It felt good to see him out there doing what he does, man. I almost forgot about him. He looked really good. I feel for him and his injuries, and then of course coming this tomorrow, Art Month.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
definitely shout out. All right,
Like
thank
like
you.
like the look behind you too. That looks sharp for sure.
Thank
Yep.
you.
All right. So let's
And I got a question. Oh, you got somebody else to go.
oh yeah, we got like three other people, four other
Oh,
people. So but I mean if they're cool, we can
Yeah, go ahead.
now
She
this
good.
one, are
Let's
they
make
gonna
sure they gotta go.
are they gonna try to get Jaden's receiver that he played with in college?
I think that's on the table for sure. But
So
I'll
that's
have
right.
yeah, I mean
Jacksonville, they said they're not. They said that Jacksonville said they're not going to
that,
trade
that that's
him.
that's what they're saying. To make that rate go up, that
Mhm.
the opportunity to get him go
Mm,
up. I don't see them moving him this year, but I do
no.
absolutely see him in the offseason being tradable for sure. So if they're not going after him right now, I think that's definitely something that could be on the table in the offseason, but that's going to open up a whole nother can of worms, and you already know what that is.
Hmm.
If you're going after a young receiver to pair with him,
I gotta go.
yeah, because I'm gonna tell you another name that's going to surface again, and that's
Are
Brandon
you? Are you?
Ayuk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
sure.
you pairing him with his boys. So what happens with his boys on the current team? That yeah. So look, we got a lot of time for that to come up later on.
Okay.
So we'll
Just
get to
ask.
that.
Just
Yeah,
ask.
good stuff. No, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so Gerard, you're up.
Hmm.
What's up?
This is where I'm at. I'm a realist. I told you we can beat Seattle. We can beat Detroit. I'm still selling.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm all about the future, building, going forward. And that is, I still want us to win. We can still go all the way to the Super Bowl this year, even if we do these type of things.
Hmm.
Like how you said, we a couple years ahead. We jumped ahead a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
Hmm.
But what I need to see is Dan Quinn and AP use the team. It's no point to get draft picks if you're not going to blend them in and
Yeah.
give them experience. We're
Hmm.
talking about, yes, we seeing changes. We should have saw this week too. You
Hmm.
could play Bobby, play everybody who you got, and still develop your young talent. Fine
Yep.
packages. You guys heard me say this a month ago,
Yep.
Hmm.
but AP and DQ did not implement this over top of the coordinators. They who run the team. Okay, the
Hmm.
coordinators got to do their spot, but who
Hmm.
built this team is AP and Dan Quinn.
100%
Do
agree with you on
do
that.
your job.
Yeah,
Run this
100%.
team. Set JD5 up for the future.
Hmm.
These other guys not going to be here a year or two. We're
Hmm.
going to
That's
still have
true.
this fan show.
Yeah.
We've
Yep.
been in the dumps for almost 20 years, over 20 years.
Hmm.
So build it. Let these guys learn. So we get all these draft picks. But if you're going to put the third round pick inactive for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
4 weeks.
4 weeks,
You know?
what are we doing?
And then
So
when he came in, early, he played exceptionally well.
thank
Very
you.
You
well.
know?
Sure did.
That's where I'm at. I told you I'm a realist. I
Yeah.
live and breathe this team just like how you guys do. The only thing I watch is podcasts. I barely watch TV. All I do is
Me.
football, football, football. Okay, and now being with you all, getting all this powerful stuff from our chat, and I love this group. I live it. It has gotten me even more aware of things, and I'm even deeper. So all I'm saying is Dan Quinn should have vetoed that call last week on that 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Let's
Thank
do
you.
this.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn,
I've been saying those same things, Gerard. Like,
yes, I love Dan Quinn, but come
and I
on, man.
respect that he's trying to help let his guys do their
Yeah.
thing, but you the
But
CEO, and if
Yes,
you're losing my company money,
are you the boss or not?
I got to come in and make
Comment.
the job.
yes,
That's right.
Yeah,
yes.
doing
That's
it.
right.
You
That's
That's
like that,
right.
Mike
that's where
Barrett?
I'm
Yeah,
Absolutely.
at.
that's lawyer
I
talk. You
love
That's
like
where
it.
I'm at.
Look, I'm writing it down.
That's where I'm at, man. I mean, W. You see this?
making my
I'm
stocks
about
drop?
W's. W's, baby.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's just like when you see Ben Sinnott make that play and you see that speed,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yep.
Where
this
he's been.
okay. If he doesn't know the playbook again, and I'm not trying
Okay.
to air dirty laundry or things that people don't talk about, but I'm telling you, a lot of the reason why a lot of these young guys have not been on the field is because they can't retain the playbook at this stage of their careers.
Mm.
But that's not telling me. It's just like you go back to algebra. Well, oh God, I don't want to go back there. But
Don't do
I'm
that.
trying to give you a
Go ahead. Go
scenario.
ahead. Go ahead.
Don't do
You
that.
may understand some of the stuff. You don't, but you may not get all of it.
That's right.
But the point is, these guys, they're showing you that they can give you something that you haven't been getting. And
Yes.
again, they don't need to be out there
Yes.
every play where they're going
Exactly.
to show you that they struggle to retain stuff.
Exactly.
But when I saw that man running in that speed,
Mm-hmm.
that's been lacking on offense.
Thank you.
Job experience.
Because how many times have we seen Zach Ertz can't get the extra yard, even in the
first down.
Pittsburgh
Oh, yeah.
Steelers game last year?
That was a bad call, though. I will say
Right, it was a bad call. It was a bad call last year too.
But you should never be in that position.
All right, Mike.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Totally agree
saying.
with you. Totally.
Especially when you have other people that you can count on in certain
Yep.
spots. Coaches supposed to know how they can put their guys in certain spots.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you on that. All right, so let's keep it rolling. Let's go with Josh. What you think?
Well, I'm on the Gerard train, 100% with everything you said, everything. But no, we're selling. I mean, we're the oldest team in the NFL. How many of these guys are not going to be here next year? We're selling. That's it. We're selling.
So let me ask you guys this real quick before we get to Ellison and then and Bud. Do you look at a guy and I'm being upfront here.
Yep.
And you respect them because of what their body of work. I'm talking about the older guys.
Absolutely.
You respect them for what their body of work has been and what they've meant to this organization as far as the revamping of it.
Mm-hmm.
Would that make you a little leery to move on from them? And I say that in the sense that
Oh no.
Bobby and Zach and these older guys, I would hope, if anything, because their play's still at a high level, but I would hope, if anything, the young guys are learning how to be a professional, how to film study, how to do things,
Right.
just being there with these guys.
Well, that's why you give them those plays you were talking about.
Right, but do you
gotta
move
play.
on? So do you
Gotta
move on
play.
from these guys if someone comes and gives you an offer you can't refuse because it could stunt the continued development of some of your young guys? So what do you think? Do you have to look at this, from both sides of the spectrum, that you could get some draft capital, but you also could lose someone that's still helping some of these young guys?
I move on with the quickness.
I move on too.
With the quickness, I would look. We have coaches. We got Ken Norton. I mean, we have coaches in place to pick up in some of these little areas where they're lacking. Do your job
and to do their jobs, right?
Do your job. I move on quick. With the quickness.
He said with the quickness.
Yes. I appreciate you. I love you. Bobby knew this coming in. All these guys know this coming in.
Absolutely.
They come here getting what they get.
Zach wasn't even going to play this year. He thought about retiring, right?
Yeah.
And let's be
one-year
honest.
contracts anyway. So I mean, why not go ahead and get rid of them and try to see if you can get capital for them?
Yes.
And also look at it this way. They wouldn't be going, they're not moving on from them if they were to move on from them, because I don't think they are, but I'm saying if they were, I don't think they would be moving on from them to teams that are terrible. So they're not
exactly
these guys to Siberia. It's giving these guys a chance to collect another Super Bowl,
right.
Spring. So that would be the only thing. So yeah, so Josh said he would be a seller. Everyone else said it. So let's go with Ellison and Bud, the next two. So Ellison, what you think?
Come back. I'll go last. Come back to me real quick.
Okay. So Bud, what you think?
I think if we're gonna do any kind, I agree with Gerard completely. If possible, I would let Cliff go. If we lose Sunday, I would let Cliff go. He wants
Y'all coming
to be
hard
head coach.
now.
He ain't gonna be here next year anyway. Send his butt to Miami. Bring McDaniels up here. Get us someone that's young and smart that knows offensive schemes.
Did y'all hear that somewhere?
Because we know Cliff wants to be a head coach.
Did y'all hear that somewhere?
No,
you just touched on something that I gotta zoo. But yeah, man.
I take Pritchard.
That's going to
promote within.
I would let him go. I would.
Richard's
yes. Well, I mean, if you're not comfortable with the coordinators that you have, the coaches that you have to move to that position, you have other coaches out here with great offensive minds that are in terrible situations. And I think about McDaniels. They don't want him in Miami.
Coordinators than
bring his butt up here.
Yeah.
All right, Bud.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead, Buck.
President.
yeah,
Him
man.
and
Big
Dan
Bud
Quinn
had
already
that
had a
had that
relationship.
on that. When he said that, I was like,
Yes.
gotta look away for that one. Might get in trouble.
Gonna get Blake in
All
trouble.
right. All right. So Ellison, what you think?
Uh, I pretty much echo everything everybody else said. I know you said a few weeks ago some things about McDaniel, maybe down the pipeline coming. So that's could be some potentially I could see. But I'm definitely a seller. I'm definitely a seller for sure. I was thinking about this the other day when I was driving. Like Gerard said, man, I'm always thinking about this team, even when I shouldn't be. But I was thinking about if nothing happens during the deadline and you can't really move anybody, I was wondering about somebody like Von Miller. Maybe you got 3-4 games left in the season. Do you release him just to be on, just show your act of service, pat him on the back, say thank you, and just maybe let him go to a contender to maybe get a ring? He maybe had 1 or 2 years left anyway. Just kind of do him an act of service, let him go. Maybe
Only
just
if he wants to leave.
if he wants
I
to
do know
go.
he likes it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know exactly what you get for him in a trade right now. Maybe a 7.
I'll take that.
I doubt you get anything high for him. So, maybe the last 2-3 games of the year, you just go ahead and release him. The Rams might pick him up again. Devin might pick him up again. You might do something like that. Just a good service, show you, pat him on the back, say thank you. So
He has enough
listen,
rings.
if a
He has
team
enough
calls
rings
and
already.
offers a 6 or a 7 for Von Miller right now, and
Yeah.
you're Washington, you
Oh,
may
for sure.
have
You do that. You do that.
Oh, yeah.
because he's not going to be here next year.
Right.
No.
And again, that's what I'm saying. It's like, the sentimental value of these older guys and what
They
they
offer me
meant.
some cash.
It's great, but you have to do what's best for your organization and what's best for the future of this team. And again, they we all know what the ultimate plan was last year. When they saw that they were in that thing, they were there and they had this rookie quarterback that was sensational. They tried to steal a championship. Let's just call it like it
That's
is.
it.
Yep.
That's it.
They were a game away from possibly doing that.
Yep.
But the reality was
Yep.
is that when you look at the team they lost to in the conference championship game, the Eagles, you just looked at the roster from 1 through 53, and the Eagles aren't hurting 1 through 53 anywhere. Okay. The Eagles' biggest problem is they're just bored. That's what their issue is. They get bored.
Right.
And you hear all this stuff, but they're going out and still 6-2. Okay.
Thank you.
Washington you looked at 1 through 53 and you probably got stuck somewhere at like 29, 30, where you realize after that there's a
drop off.
definitive gap
Drop off.
between
Yep.
them and the Detroits of the world and all these teams. So right now, if you ask me, buy or seller after Seattle game, I would absolutely be a seller. May surprise you to hear me say that, but I would be a seller if they were to lose that game.
Even if we win.
Right.
Hey, Lake, I do got one question.
Gerard.
Hey, Lake, I do got one question though.
What you got?
I legitimately don't know this, but the virtual assist replay is once that's given, down, you can't challenge that as a coach. It's just once that's done, that's done.
It's done. And that's a terrible rule.
It's
just because it's almost like if you see it, like I see it in the stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys see it on television. Everyone saw that, like the call against Zach was just a bad mark.
Bad.
It was a terrible,
horrible,
and it was a momentum swinging bad mark.
It was the momentum.
Yes, it was.
I'm not saying the
Yes,
outcome
it
of the
was.
game is going to be a win or a loss, but it definitely makes that game closer. It's things like that you just can't have in the game. I've been saying this for years, and I know a gentleman that has a company. I don't think the league wants to do it. I'm part of the league, so I can't. But let's just say he has a company that has a laser that shoots across the field. Literally, it shoots across the field. And you can measure that way. The same way you get it on television, you actually getting it on the field and you'll see it. And they've been trying to get this thing done for 15 years, and the league, I guess, isn't interested. And I have my
they won't be interested till they see another league do it, and then they'll steal it from them.
I can't say that because I'm part of the league, but I will say this: it doesn't make sense that you can't use this technology. And it's technology that is right there to be readily used and had. And you'll know if that ball was across that laser or not. The problem with that,
Mm-hmm.
and I know the feedback that you'll get from that would be it's not where the laser is, because that's going to still be there regardless. It's the official who marked it short. Okay.
Yeah.
So that goes back to your question, Allison. You should be able to challenge those things. I know the league is big on trying to make the game, shorter and um, but you cut some of them advertisements, and then it'll be a little shorter. Okay.
Yeah,
So it's not the
Yeah,
product on the
yeah.
field, it's everything that goes around it.
yeah.
So yeah, they've got to figure this stuff out though, because it's affecting games and it's obvious calls. I mean, they're standing on calls that clearly, I think there was a Terry's touchdown against the Raiders.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown.
Yep.
I mean, you could
Yeah.
clearly see that people are like, oh no, you could see that his thigh hit the ground. No, it didn't. His thigh was on top of the defender, That
That's
should
right.
have been a touchdown. Obviously, they scored afterwards, but you just can't have those kind of momentum shifting calls because it does deflate you. It really does. When they overturned that and Zach didn't get that first down, they didn't overturn it, but when they upheld the call and he didn't get that first down, let's face it, everyone's like, man, you can't give away these opportunities to Kansas City. You're going to be in trouble if you don't capitalize. They didn't capitalize off the turnovers
The
they
refs gave it
so,
away.
absolutely. And then in the second half, not to get long-winded here, but Quan Martin, just a dumb, unnecessary
Yeah.
roughness
Yep,
call. The late
yep.
hit ball hit the ground 2 times before he's hitting the defender. Like, what are we doing? Then Johnny Newton throwing
Right.
down Patrick Mahomes. You're not throwing down Sam Darnold. You're not throwing down Dak
Yeah,
Prescott. You're throwing down the man at
franchise.
home.
I mean, the NFL, the
Did
face
you
of the
not think you
NFL,
were gonna
right?
get that call? I mean, like
Yeah,
it's just little stuff like that. So look,
yeah.
in about 3 minutes, because we're gonna wrap up here in about 3 minutes, my hypothetical, and everybody gets a chance to chime in. But let's try to keep our answers like 20 seconds short just to get through here. But my hypothetical is the uniform. That's the best part about Sunday, tomorrow night, is seeing, kind of like the old uniform. Obviously, the W's on the helmet or whatever. My question to you is, would you like to see that be permanent as of next year, if it can be, because that's what I think is going to happen.
Pretty.
But do you want to see that be permanent, or would you like to still somehow incorporate the commander's uniform? I mean, just to keep the modern look as well, or you say scrap it? I want the old. So let's start with Miss Sheila on this one. What you think?
I like the old.
I already knew you.
I mean, after they showed it, and then especially the helmets, they was out there practicing with the helmets.
It just popped, didn't it?
It sure
just
did.
popped. It gave
Yeah,
it
I
life.
like the old. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kevin, what you think?
I just figured if they don't keep it, make it an alternative. That's my take on it.
Okay. Okay. All right. But would you want to see it permanent?
Yeah, I would like to see it permanent for sure.
Okay. All right. Shawno.
Well, like I told y'all before, I'm an Oregon Ducks fan, so I like to see a new uniform every week if possible. I like the old one, but let's mix it up a little bit.
Okay. Okay. So he would say incorporate, the new with
Yes.
the old, and okay, that's fair. Gerard, what you think?
Just take away the new white one.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just take away the new white one. What I was saying
Yeah.
is take away the white one and put that one in there. That's it. But keep the black, keep everything else.
all right. So Josh, what you think?
Keep it. You know me. Keep it. I'm with Gerard. Take that white one away. That thing is ugly.
I like that one. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you like the white one, Miss Sheila?
No, I said
No,
no.
she doesn't.
Don't like it.
Okay. Okay. Are you guys good with the black uniform?
I love the
Yes.
black.
But
I
you
love
can't
black.
you can't keep the black one without the white one because the white one has a little bit of black, and they have to have that in order to keep the black one.
Yep.
Add a little black somewhere else. Add a little black from somewhere else.
Put a little
Just
trim
hire me. We'll fix it.
right there on the white part on your jersey, right there on Art Monk's jersey.
Yeah, add a little black. That's all you gotta do.
Black lining around the number or something.
Yeah.
All right, so
The
so
Mhm.
name.
so Josh, you say keep it. All right,
Right.
so Ellison, what you think?
Hey man, I'm an '80s baby. I grew up on the old school, Art Monk, Gary, Ricky Sanders, Gary Clark. So I want the old school back, but I
Fun
would like to
thing.
keep the black ones, for a game or two.
Yeah, I love the black ones too.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, and then finally our last participant of the day, Big Bud, what you think?
I like the old uniforms. Absolutely love them.
All right, so this was more of a generational thing with all of
Right,
us.
that's what I was going to say.
Yep,
We older.
yep.
Who
It does.
like that.
Yeah,
Gotta
yep,
mix.
yep.
Gotta mix
Exactly.
things up.
That uniform brings back good memories for all of us.
Yes, they
So
Yes,
it's,
it do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it do.
we had some
Absolutely.
painful memories in that uniform too now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really
yeah.
good.
But
Oh
for the
yeah.
most part,
I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah, it was a Super Bowl game too in that uniform too. Yeah,
That's right. That's
a
right.
Super Bowl era, so that'll be good to see that tomorrow. Hopefully these young guys embrace it. They embrace the importance of a guy like Art Monk, who's going to be celebrated tomorrow. And we all know they need a W. They need it in the
We're
worst
gonna
way.
win. We're gonna win tomorrow.
And then next week, we'll be able to talk about, this team feeling much better. So, look, we got to wrap it up. As always, appreciate you guys and Miss Sheila, of course, for coming on, spending, your Saturday with me. And for everybody out there who wants to join this, easily do so. All you have to do is just email us at thelakeLewisJr.show@gmail.com. Someone will get back to you. If they haven't already, we will. We'll get back to you and get you on here. And remember the format. For home games, we do this on Saturday mornings. For away games, we do this on Friday. So we still have another Saturday coming up next week. And then the following week, we'll be doing it on Friday because we'll be heading out to Madrid, Spain. So appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And let's get this W tomorrow.
All
Shout
right.
out to
appreciate
Crossover
y'all.
Meats.
W.